Hi, I'm Annabelle and I am a model. Ever since I was a little girl, it's always been my dream to be a model. I started with just playing dress up for fun, and then, I hit a certain age and I shot up like a bean sprout, and I just kind of became tall enough where it seemed to be a reality to actually pursue this as a career. I was living in New Mexico around that time, and I was going to school for theater arts. I decided to leave a scholarship and everything behind to move to New York City to seriously pursue this. The way that I moved to New York, I had dropped out of college and just moved up to the city on my own. I didn't know anybody, no friends or family. I didn't even have a lot of money in my pocket when I came up, which is definitely, it can be a typical New Yorker story, struggling artist, just throwing caution to the wind and showing up in New York City and kind of seeing what happens, which is basically what I've done. But I definitely am a firm believer in just having a positive attitude about the whole thing, and good things will come back to you. But it can be tough.
The model really brings everything to life. We have the hair, makeup, styling, location, lighting. It's all redundant without having a model that doesn't have character. So Annabelle was the first model that I actually selected, and she's the only unsigned model actually on the shoot. I found her through Model Mayhem and stumbled across her profile picture and saw these stunning eyes, beautiful cat-like eyes. She has this incredible symmetrical face. And after a few emails, she wanted to come on board, and we decided to Skype. But we'd like to Skype with lots of our team just to have a little bit of an interaction. And she's a really lovely person, and she's been a real key player in the whole event. All of the clients are sort of raving about her. She's incredibly graceful, very polite, very patient, and absolute dream to have round.
Because I want this to be my career, I have, maybe studied or what have you, just looking at other images and studying my own face and the way my body moves, and just with different poses. That way, even if I don't have a mirror, I still have some idea of, okay, my cheekbone angle's this way if I turn my face that way, or there's a good light if I do this. It's just all about knowing your body and your range of motions. And then also just having a lot of photo shoot experience and just knowing what others have commented on looks good, and you always bring that to the table. And it's just with the more experience that you get, you can bring little things that maybe you did this in one shoot that they haven't seen yet, and you can bring that over to them, or they, inspire you to do something else. It's definitely a collective effort of photographer and model, or even the designers, just everyone who's like, okay, this is the character we're dressing you up as. So once you have that image in your head, it's a little bit easier to kind of project a different person than who you are on the film. I love when I, almost can't even recognize myself in the pictures, because that's when I truly feel like I'm playing a character. When, and even other people that have seen my photos have been like, that was you, I didn't even recognize you in that photo, and that's when I feel like I've actually done something different. I've been able to kind of almost like a chameleon transform myself and, give a different image for somebody. So I love really crazy high fashion shoots, much like this one.
It's up to a model to turn, to make completely different kind of magic and bring it from just a regular girl in a dress, bring it to completely looking like a goddess. And we had a lot of goddesses today, but one of them is like, I would say like a muse, complete muse to me, and I'm sure she was to a lot of people as well. Annabelle. Nothing I say would even come close to what she did, because it's just above and beyond any compliments and praises. And again, I'm gonna say it again, everybody was incredible, amazing, beyond fantastic, but she brought it up to, she set a tone, because we started shooting with her the first day, and seeing her in a gorgeous gown just standing there in the middle of this yellow room was something that I will never erase from my retina. It's not the professionalism. It's her inner ability to. She doesn't need any direction. She doesn't need. I don't need to tell her, well, you can stand here. You can maybe put your hand here. Maybe just twist around. She knows. It just comes inside of her. She has couture in her DNA. It's just even hard to find words to describe that. And it's not only me. I know I'm not speaking only for myself, because I spoke with photographers today and even other models, and everybody's singing praises to her.
They really do have a tough job, and people don't give them credit for it. To model for 8 hours is like being in the gym for 8 hours, and when you go home, your body is sore. And you got to get up and do it all over again tomorrow, and you have to look beautiful doing it, and you have to look like you enjoy doing it and you want to do it. And it takes a special kind of girl, not just a pretty face, and long legs to be a model.
There is definitely a stigma with models of being completely unintelligent and just naive, or going with whatever anybody tells them, because there is such a hunger for that stardom and the fame and having their name and face recognized. The biggest thing that has lasted through just the career itself is the stick thin, straight fashion models that look kind of like they're really, really hungry when they're doing anything. Personally, myself, I don't want to project that image. I don't want to encourage anybody else who's trying to pursue this career to do that to themselves if they're not naturally that way, which I'm not. I'd rather promote a healthy body image and just being happy and confident in who you actually were born to be.
Oh, Annabelle is my girl. She is such a delight. For such a beautiful young lady, her personality is really equally beautiful, and that is very rare in this industry. She is such a joy, and she's so much fun. She's, I don't think she's aware of just how beautiful she is, and that's what makes her even more beautiful.
In the shoots that I've done with her so far, I'm just fascinated by her look. She carries the outfits really well. She's also very game, very friendly, very, very lovely person as well to work with. She's just stunning in every way, and I'm really pleased that she's been on our shoot. Models are interesting because on one hand they're models, they're literally posing for you, for your purpose, but on the other hand they also have to deliver their personality as well, or can deliver their personality in a way that reshapes the final outcome and also just the whole social experience of the shoot. They have a real tremendous job being on their feet in usually high heels all day, wearing garments that are restrictive and hard to move in. I mean, as a photographer it's hard enough to be on your feet all day with your gear, but models have a really tough job too, and not only do they have to be on their feet, but they also have to keep performing, keep posing, keep putting on that game face. So just massive kudos to them.
So we were here probably a little before 7 a.m. this morning, or like 6:45, and we just started with breakfast, and then we're right into hair and makeup, and just starting to get everything put on, and then that was the usual fun girl talk, talking about boys and whatever, and then into wardrobe, and it did get a little bit stressful in there, and then but it passed. It wasn't like that affected. That didn't at all set the tone for the rest of the day. It wasn't like, I'm worried about anything. It was, shit happens, and that's what happened today. And, and you just have to move on from that and just go and do the job at hand. And, you just work with so many people, and just because maybe your day started on a really bad note doesn't mean that theirs has to as well. So I think it was good. It was freezing this morning, and my first shoot was outside. And not really warm clothing.
Annabelle, tell me how you feel.
Freezing.
So what do you do in this situation?
I pretend I'm in a warm place, and I just focus. It's all for that pose. As soon as you hear the shutter click, you know that you have at least a brief moment to kind of give yourself some. Okay, I can breathe. I can situate. I can shiver.
But again, that's just part of the job. You're going to be in clothes that might be uncomfortable or shoes that don't fit, and you just have to kind of honor the artistic value of what the stylist or photographer wants, and it's your job to try and help them achieve that. So it's just stuff that that's your job. that's just what you have to do for it.
Annabelle in particular did fantastically. I felt like she's one of those models who really stick it out right to the end and put their own kind of maybe minor discomforts or feelings aside, and well, basically is a real pro, is what you'd call a model like that. She kept on a game face right to the end and was up for the challenge of going into the water.
The final shot of the day, we decided to do a shot on the I guess the infinity pond that's in the backyard, and I went out in the water. They tied water bottles underneath the train of the dress to get it to float, which was pure genius, because I don't even know how I would not even have thought of that, just to keep it from sinking in the water. And there was a bucket, and the water actually, I mean, it was a cold day, but you just get out there and you're like, okay, it's gonna be cold, so just get in and get over it. There was a bucket, I was standing on the bucket, and everything was good, but Natalie's vision was to make it appear as if I was walking on water. So at one point I had to kind of go up on just one foot, and I was trying to put the other one out a little bit to make it look like it's just barely touching the water. And by that point, everyone else had already wrapped up shooting, so it was like everyone was out there watching. So there's that pressure, and just trying to make sure that it's the last shoot of the day, and just trying not to fall. But then I don't know, I got overconfident or something happened, and I decided to throw one leg out a little bit and put another arm up, and my center of gravity kind of swayed, and I started going a little bit, and I thought I might be able to recover, and then just the weight of the dress or the wind blew wrong, I don't know, and I fell into the pond with everyone watching. I'm sure there's an amazing shot of that happening.
I think the most unforgettable thing, memorable thing in my life was when Annabelle got in the water in my yellow dress, and that was the most stunning visual. I think not for me, for everybody. It was just remarkable. And this girl, I got so scared for her when she fell back, because I saw this metal thing kind of protruding, and I was like, and I thinking to myself, no way, she cannot fall back, like do whatever you want, but don't fall on your back. And just when I thought about it, she kind of started and then she started falling, and I was like, no, fuck no. But then she was fine, luckily. So, but we had most fun doing that.
Annabelle, well, she's been an absolute trooper. She really has. Yeah, she's just a delight to be around. I mean, you just put her in any room and she just lights up that room, especially with the last yellow dress. Big compliments from every client, which is exactly what we want. Yeah, and she's just a pleasure to be around. Real professional, and I definitely would want to work with her again. Definitely.
This profession, there is kind of a fine line between being confident in your work or just being really, really cocky. And I think it's just finding a balance of knowing what you're capable of and just being able to take direction and compliments from people and still being able to keep that focus. I'm gonna get emotional, but this is what I love. So I am very thankful for everyone here and this opportunity. It just takes a lot of work, and it's just really, really nice to just get such positive feedback from my work, and knowing that it is something like I feel like I should be doing this. It makes all of the decisions that I have made, leaving college and working crazy jobs, worth it. 'Cause I feel like this is what I should be doing. This is a true fashion shoot experience.
Hi everyone, Miss Aniela here. As you know, we can't fit everything into our episodes, so please head to our pro download section where you can see more of my editing, more of the director's cut, and more of the fashion shoot experience. And I hope you enjoy.